Fame can be a gift or a trap. Some artists spend years building a legacy only to watch it collapse because of a few reckless decisions. This isn't about fading talent or industry politics. This is about self-destruction, when the downfall comes not from the outside, but from within. Let's count down the top 10 artists who destroyed their own careers. Number 10. Carrie Hilson. Carrie Hilson was once hailed as one of R&B's next big stars. With songwriting credits for top artists and hits like Knock You Down, she had the voice, the look, and the momentum. But then came a critical misstep, one that turned the industry and fan bases against her. In a remix of her song Turnin' Me On, Carrie seemed to take subliminal shots at none other than Beyoncé, implying that Queen Bee was past her prime. Whether it was intentional shade or not, it sparked instant backlash. The Bayhive, the most loyal fan army in pop, didn't forgive or forget. Radio stations began pulling her songs, collaborations dried up, and industry support quietly disappeared. Carrie tried to clarify her comments years later, but by then, it was too late. Her career had already been overshadowed by one bold move against the wrong superstar. Number 9. Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke had a career-defining moment with Blurred Lines. The track topped charts worldwide and made him a household name overnight. But success quickly turned into scandal.
Really made fun music like that so consistently on an album. You know, my albums have always go in all different directions and you never know what's coming next, you know.
The song was heavily criticized for its lyrics, accused of promoting non-consensual behavior. Then came the legal nightmare. Thicke and Pharrell were sued by Marvin Gaye's family for copyright infringement. They lost, and the case stained Thicke's creative credibility. But what truly pushed Robin over the edge was his public breakdown after his divorce from actress Paula Patton. He released an entire album titled Paula, a desperate attempt to win her back. It was painfully personal, awkwardly public, and commercially disastrous. Fans cringed, critics slammed it, and Robin's image took a nosedive. From being the man behind the song of the summer to a symbol of industry miscalculation, Robin Thicke's downfall was entirely his own doing. Number 8. B.O.B. Once celebrated for his fresh blend of pop and hip-hop, B.O.B. was a breakout star with hits like Airplanes, Magic, and Nothing on You. He had mass appeal, chart-topping collaborations, and respect in the game. But in a surprising and confusing twist, he became known more for his conspiracy theories than his music. B.O.B. began publicly claiming that the Earth is flat. When called out by scientists, including Neil deGrasse Tyson, he didn't back down. Instead, he doubled down, launching a GoFundMe campaign to prove his theories and going on Twitter rants that completely alienated fans. His bizarre beliefs quickly overshadowed his artistry, and the industry moved on. What could have been a long and impactful career ended up being reduced to a cautionary tale. When you focus more on fringe theories than your music, you lose your audience. Number 7. ChrisBrown. ChrisBrown had it all: raw talent, MJ-level dance skills, and a voice that could dominate both pop and R&B charts. He was on the fast track to becoming a generational icon. But in 2009, the world was shocked by his brutal assault on then-girlfriend Rihanna. The images were heartbreaking and the backlash was swift. Though Chris publicly apologized and faced legal consequences, his image was forever scarred. While he continued to release hits, the public's trust never fully returned. Unfortunately, instead of showing growth, Chris became entangled in multiple incidents, fights, legal issues, social media rants that painted him as volatile and unrepentant. His inability to stay away from controversy consistently dragged down his career. Despite his undeniable talent, ChrisBrown's repeated self-sabotage turned one of music's brightest stars into one of its most controversial figures. Number 6. Doja Cat. Doja Cat rose to fame on the wings of internet virality, creativity, and genre-bending hits. From Say So to Woman, she captivated millions with her unique voice, style, and online persona. But at the peak of her stardom, Doja's relationship with her fans began to unravel. Bizarre tweets, combative Instagram lives, and hostile responses to her own fan base led many to question her gratitude. She dismissed her fans' support, criticized the name of her fan base, and even told followers to get a job if they expected her to love them back. The result? A major shift in perception. Fans began turning away, online support faded, and while her music still charted, the bond between artist and audience, once her strongest asset, was fractured. In an era where fan engagement often fuels careers, Doja's growing disconnect is becoming a case study in how quickly love can turn to disinterest. Number 5. Lil Pump. Lil Pump was the poster child for the SoundCloud rap era, loud, flashy, chaotic, and meme-worthy. His track Gucci Gang became an anthem for a generation that didn't care about lyrical depth, only energy. But what started as rebellious fun quickly became creatively stagnant. As the trend shifted, Lil Pump didn't evolve. He stuck to the same formula, short, repetitive bangers with shock value videos. But the novelty wore off. Then came his unexpected endorsement of Donald Trump during the 2020 election, which alienated a massive chunk of his fan base. His music stopped charting, his antics no longer amused, and his presence in the culture faded fast. Without musical reinvention or depth, Lil Pump became what he feared the most: irrelevant. His downfall shows that being loud isn't enough. You need substance to survive. Number 4. DaBaby. DaBaby was dominating the game. With sharp flows, charismatic performances, and viral hits, he was easily one of hip-hop's most exciting newcomers. But all that momentum came crashing down after an explosive moment at Rolling Loud 2021. On stage, he made shocking homophobic and insensitive remarks that were caught on camera and quickly circulated online. The backlash was immediate. Festivals dropped him. Collaborators distanced themselves. Sponsors pulled back. Instead of offering a sincere apology, DaBaby doubled down at first. When he eventually apologized, the damage was already done. The scandal overshadowed his music, and the career that was skyrocketing suddenly hit turbulence. His story is a reminder that in today's world, words matter. One night on stage cost him what years of grinding had built.
Number 3. 6ix9ine. If chaos were a person, it would be 6ix9ine. With rainbow-colored hair, troll tactics, and a masterful command of social media, he turned himself into one of the most polarizing rappers in recent memory. His music went viral, his videos racked up millions of views, and every beef he started turned into headlines. But behind the scenes, 6ix9ine was living dangerously. His connections to gang activity and multiple criminal charges led to a dramatic fall from grace. The turning point came when he testified in court against his own gang affiliates in exchange for a reduced sentence. In hip-hop culture, where loyalty is everything, that made him a pariah. While he tried to make a comeback post-prison, the respect was gone. The memes didn't hit the same. The streams dropped. 6ix9ine went from the hottest name in the game to an outcast, with only his own actions to blame. Number 2. IggyAzalea. IggyAzalea stormed onto the scene with confidence and a chart-topping hit, Fancy. She was hailed as the next big crossover artist, bringing a pop sheen to rap, but the backlash came swiftly. Accusations of cultural appropriation, over-reliance on ghostwriters, and awkward live performances began to crack her image. Instead of confronting criticism with growth, Iggy often lashed out at critics and fans alike. Her social media wars and defensive attitude made her hard to support. New music failed to replicate earlier success, and her attempts at reinvention were met with indifference. The industry quietly moved on. Despite her efforts to stay relevant, Iggy's career is a case study in how fast public favor can turn, especially when you choose ego over evolution. Number 1. Kanye West.
I want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
No downfall in modern music has been as monumental or as tragic as Kanye West's. Once considered the greatest artist of his generation, Kanye redefined hip-hop production, challenged genre boundaries, and created timeless music. But over time, his brilliance was overshadowed by controversy. From interrupting Taylor Swift at the VMAs to supporting Donald Trump, launching a doomed presidential campaign, and making disturbing public remarks, Kanye's behavior became increasingly erratic. But the true breaking point came when he made openly anti-Semitic comments in interviews and on social media. The backlash was devastating. Major brands, including Adidas, dropped him. He lost billionaire status. His public image, once untouchable, became radioactive. Kanye's genius was never in question, but his inability to control his impulses and respect boundaries destroyed everything he built. He didn't just lose fans, he lost legacy. Fame doesn't always fade naturally. It can be torched by the very hands that built it. These artists had the talent, the platforms, and the opportunity to thrive. But in the end, their worst enemy wasn't the industry or the media, it was themselves. Let this countdown be more than just entertainment. Let it be a reminder. Talent can open the door, but staying in the room, that takes discipline, self-awareness, and humility. 3 things that even superstars sometimes forget. If you found this video eye-opening, hit like, tap subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Now it's your turn. Which artist shocked you the most in this list? And what should we break down next? Artists who faked their fame? Or maybe one-hit wonders who deserved more? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading every one. Until next time, stay curious and stay watching.